Yeah, I'm somewhere in Cheras, and what I'm driving is neither a car nor a bike, but here we have the Renault Twizy, and there's getting a lot of attention from onlookers. Quite an experience driving this, because okay lah, the audio capture is going to be shit, man, because of all the noise coming out and all that, but there is a special kind of fun to this. So in front, I'm going through some pavement road, and surprisingly, it's a lot less uncomfortable than what I expected it to be. A lot of onlookers. Now it's 11 AM, perhaps not the best time to drive a car like this. I'm heading towards, okay, 13 kilometers away. I have an indicated range of 43 kilometers here on the instrument cluster. So now going through traffic jam, just wait. Now you see, the thing about electric cars, right, as we talk about driving electric cars, a lot of people talk about range anxiety. What if we run out of battery and all that? That's true, okay. You do have that range anxiety in the sense that it's not like a normal passenger car where you can, petrol power car, diesel power car, you can just drive into the next petrol station down the road and refuel. This one, you actually need to find your way to a power station, to a 3-point plug it in and wait 3 hours to charge. But on the flip side is, you see, the thing is that whatever range that I'm seeing now in this range indicator, right, I'm not scared it depletes in a traffic jam, you see, because when your car does not move, when your car is stationary, it doesn't eat into the battery's range. Whereas if you are driving an internal combustion engine, alright, you're driving a petrol power car and your fuel light has come on, you get stuck in a traffic jam, you will scared, because you are idling and burning fuel at the same time, depleting your range without moving. So the one funny thing about electric cars is, yes, your range is limited on a day-to-day basis, but at the same time, you really only have to worry about the distance and nothing else. Oh my god, you see that? I'm overtaking a car. The Twizy safely arrived at Verns, and Bobby was quick to hijack the car. Hi guys, so here's the Twizy, alright, and as you can see from the stickers, this vehicle is loaned to us not from Renault but actually from Comos. So there'll be a separate video talking about Comos, right, at a later date. And so here I'll just talk about this, well, this unit of the Twizy here. And as you can see, this is a car that has been rented out. So the condition is not fantastic, okay. There are scratch marks here lah, all these sticker marks and all. And you see this flap here, well, it's being held in place by cable tie, okay. So this flap here opens to the windshield washer as well as the charging cable. So it's very convenient. You just need to plug this into any 3-pin socket. That's it, done, okay. None of the bulky charging cables that come with all those big PHEVs and all that. This electric vehicle is meant for ease of use anyways. So you can see here, the wheels are out mounted, okay. Just look, you can even have a good look at the suspension, all right. And here at the back, okay, look at the rear axle. So as you can see from the drive shaft there, this is rear wheel driven, plenty of fun. And so there's this single tail light cluster here, no rearward vision. So as you see from here, right, okay, you only have the 2 side mirrors looking at the back. There is no rear view mirror, because simply there's no rear windscreen. So that can be quite disconcerting at first, but yeah, but you get used to it, all right. These vents, I presume, is to draw air in to cool the electric motors. And you can look at the, the door. As you see from the door, right, there are no door handles. In fact, you can't even lock the door. So This, you open the door from the inside. Yeah, Gowing style. Open the other side. Now with both doors open, it's quite a show, alright? And there are two variants of the Twizy. This one here is the two-seater. There's also a single-seater version that the back here is you can use to store more cargo. Those are, I guess, for meant to use by companies that are using the Twizy for delivery service, right? So that'll be very, very useful. Here, this is a rear seat. This front seat here adjusts only forward, backward motion here. All right, and you can see, right, you see the controls are like that of a car. You have a steering wheel, you have an instrument cluster, signal stop, all right, just a button push to select drive or reverse, and an accelerator brake pedal. But the material selection here, these are the kind of materials you typically find on a kapchai, a motorcycle, and that's perfectly fine, because you see this car, even when you park it aside, right, it's exposed to the elements, so they have to select more hardy wearing materials out there, and as a result it doesn't look as plush as a properly refined passenger car. But I would say that's part of the charm. And also you see all these panels, plastic panels, okay, no metal panels outside. That contributes to the lower weight. And you also can see there's no air conditioning of this car, which I would say it's well, it does rob you of a bit of comfort, but at the same time it ensures that it keeps your power consumption down, keeps your weight down. It allows you this thing to cover a distance of 80 kilometers, which is very useful for day-to-day driving. Okay, now we just look closely at the instrument cluster. Okay, so when you start the car, once you see the light go, that is when the car is ready to move. This is the battery charge level, and this is the remaining range, 57 kilometers, single digital speedometer, handbrake. Now this particular unit, I'm not sure if that's if there's something that is particular to this unit, or it's a common thing with all Twizys. The mechanical handbrake, all right. So you pull this, okay, to engage. But this somehow, all right, to disengage, you have to step on the brake, put this in, and pull it up. All right, let me just demonstrate. So my foot on the brakes, pull. Okay, this time it went down easily, but not every time it's easy to disengage this. Sometimes it requires a bit more effort. All right, so for storage, you have these two compartments here, this one up here, and here, this keyhole. A lot of people whom I've led to try this car, right, confuse this as the ignition switch. It's not. This one actually opens this lid, okay, for you to store all your well, whatever, secure your precious items. All right, close this. So because you see, the thing is that the interior of this car is exposed. Anything you leave here, people can just go and stick their hands in and chill out your things. So let's say like whatever expensive stuff in there, you want to put it in here. Alright, so rear passenger seated in here. You've got a proper 3-point seatbelt of yourself, and it's not because there's no leg room, because when you sit here, you are expected to put your legs alongside here. So it's a Saturday morning, and I'm out to get some groceries for the family, and really there is no better car for that purpose, for a short grocery run within a neighborhood than this Renault Twizy here. I mean, it's like you're just driving the short journey, you let some air in, driving all electric, and you just can chuck this car at any corner, I guess. And everywhere you drive, people are just looking at you. Some people you see, right, they are just glancing at you very subtly. Some just whip out their phones and start to snap at you and all that. And some just give you a smile. A few times, motorcycles actually overtook me and gave me the thumbs up. Yeah. this is a very, very attention-grabbing car. And you know, I've driven around in Bentley Bentayga, Rolls-Royce and all that, and you know, you can drive past people in all these 2-3 million ringgit cars, right? Nobody will bat an eyelid, you know. But you go around in this, oh, I tell you, you will turn heads. You will literally turn heads. Now, this unit of the Twizy I'm driving here, this was used as a rental vehicle. So the condition of this vehicle is the kindest choice of words would be badly abused. Yeah, that's the reality of all these you know, all these rental vehicles. They are subject to very, very severe abuse, right? That, yeah, you know, you know, some panels are loose, a lot of scuff marks here and there. But even then, the joyfulness of this car, it just shines through. So like right now, I just want to make a U-turn back, double back. Oh my god! And you see the thing about it, right? This car is actually not slow, you know. This car is not slow. I mean, I was able to push it, you know, to a maximum of what, 80 kilometers per hour on the highway. I mean, it's not very fast per se, but okay, I just want to try something. So right now I'm on a, you know, all those gravel parking lots, right? Oh, I can drift way. Oh my god. This is okay. Time to continue the grocery run. You know, I remember there was a time that Renault was officially selling the Twizy for what, thereabouts of I think 70 or 80,000 ringgit, that kind of money. So, well, it's not expensive, but really for, you know, for people shopping at that price bracket, right? Okay, the people who shop for 70,000, 80,000 ringgit car, value for money is likely to be on top of their agenda. We're talking about buyers who are shopping maybe for their first car or for you know, a family car, that kind of thing. So asking them to put 70 or 80,000 ringgit, you know, of their hard-earned money, and chances are these people will be paying for their cars by loan, right? Of their hard-earned money onto something that seats only 2 people, never mind, all right, has limited travel range, doesn't make good financial sense at all. All right, I mean, the Twizy, it has its likable characteristics, but at the end, right, its usage really is only, well, I would say good enough to travel within your own township, your own neighborhood, to your nearby supermarket, that kind of thing. So let's say like you're staying in Kelana Jaya area, for example, right? You can use this to travel to any of the nearby shops and do all your groceries and whatnot. But if you want to travel to downtown KL, or go look for your friend in Puchong or Bakute in Klang, not such a great idea. Okay, so with such, when you think of it that way, right, then this becomes a very difficult this becomes a very difficult car to justify on a rational level. But I have another way of seeing the appeal of this car. Now, this car has spent a week with us here in the Horizon team, and everybody loves it. We all love this car, okay? But it's just that, come on lah, this kind of is selling for ridiculous money, right? But we all love this car. So this is a car that puts a smile on your face every time you drive it, right? And so I would position its appeal this way. This is a car that, yeah! So you see, people are cheering at me. So this is a car, right, that is a cost-effective substitute for a supercar. Let me explain why. Now, okay, now there are those of you who would buy supercars, the Ferraris, the Lambos of the world, purely because of their driving appeal, all right, because of their superb performance. But many of us too also buy these cars to show off, to get eyeballs, for people to look at, all right? I mean, as much as we always glorify performance, there is another underlying factor that enhances the appeal of performance, and it is called snob factor. It is the reason why, people buy performance cars to show off the fact that they can afford it, which is why your BMW M3 has to dress to look differently than a 318i. Your Mercedes E63 AMG, all right, has to look different from an E200. That kind of thing. So it boils down to you. So your car then therefore is there to attract attention, is there for people to look at, okay? And also yes, you want to, when you drive this car out, say on a weekend, you probably, you know, it's probably a car that you want to put a lot of joy in your face. These cars are not day-to-day drivers, all right? They are your weekend toys, all right? And this one, actually, if you take away the performance aspect of it, this car fits all the bill, okay? I mean, you can't use this to go to work daily. You just can't. But you can use this on just to amuse yourself. But you can use this to amuse yourself over the weekends, right? I mean, it is a car with plenty of compromises, just like a supercar. But the difference is, right, when you buy an 800,000, 1 million, 2 million supercar, you have to put anywhere between 80 to 200k down payment, and then you take the rest on loan, right, assuming you are taking loan. This one, you take the 80,000 part, you own the whole car already, and furthermore, there is nothing to maintain. Your only fluids that you need to change are presumably your brake fluids and your wiper fluids. That's it, okay? So, and the thing is, the last few months, all right, I've driven the Bentley Bentayga. I have driven the Mercedes S-Class Cabriolet, top down. I have driven, what else have I driven? I've driven some pretty expensive cars over the last few months, and I can tell you, none of them, all of these cars combined, right, don't turn heads as much as this Twizy here. I mean, that day I was on the highway, a Mercedes overtook me, and and I can see clearly the passenger in there holding the phone camera pointing in my direction. Motorcycles were passing me, giving me the thumbs up. So clearly this car has even greater appeal than a supercar at an infinitesimal fraction of the price. Think of it. This is a rich man. This is a rich man's plaything, but as far as plaything goes, it is also as cost effective as it gets.